We are loving my veteran, and this is walking in my shoes this morning, special edition. Gonna wait for people.
It's not walking in my shoes. We're like driving in our truck.
Yeah, driving in our truck this morning. We have to wait a few minutes till everybody kind of pops on here, babe. Till people pop on. Yeah, we have people now. So we're on the road with Stacy and Carl.
Yeah, hey.
This is Traveling Tips 101, I guess, for riding with your veteran. Yay. So,
if you're offended by swear words, tune out now. I have bad road rage and fuck comes out of my mouth every 5 seconds.
So we have, we're in the middle of riding down the road on our little mini thing with family. So the challenges that we face traveling with our veterans and taking them out of their norm is going to be quite interesting today. And before we get too started here, let me just tell you, last night we had AJ Villalon from Shepherd Center, and it is called SHARE, Military Initiative. It was fabulous. I have the video. I have yet to send it to Sarah, which I will in a few minutes, and she'll get it posted on the YouTube channel. So it was quite phenomenal to have that on as well. And the baby's driving on the road again. Yay. So traveling with your veteran creates challenges. We're taking them out of their normal, which is always difficult. And for us, we left our fur babies with a neighbor to watch, and so
Don't even get me started on that.
yeah, Mr. Veteran there was not real. It was uncomfortable for him. So so I'm glad you were spending time with your vet, but we will be able to, you'll be able to watch it because it was so much fun. Just the taking a veteran out of their norm is quite interesting. And when you go to pack, and you've got this list, because when we travel and go visit my mom, there's always a list, and we're meeting her in Florida, and so there's this list, and thank God we have a truck because the whole bed is already full and we haven't picked up everybody else in their luggage yet. But road rage is quite interesting. What else do we have that's good, babe?
Oh, if I'm ever in a wheelchair, it's going to be a scooter, and I'll probably have it'll be the 007 of like motorized wheelchair. No,
yeah. So we're getting that with us, but it is.
I'm already fucking wound.
He is very wound, and so you have to realize that when you're going somewhere, because we're going someplace different, and their head's on a swivel, and I'm really excited that he's doing this for me, because this is for me, I assure you. So it was been quite interesting so far. This morning, Michelle was rolling. Good morning, Sarah. Michelle was rolling this morning when we went to order breakfast and getting on and off the interstate. That was quite interesting, to say the least.
Did you side seat drive?
He says I side seat drive. I don't side seat drive. Do y'all side seat?
You're like a GPS unit that's sitting on the right side of me. It's side seat driving.
He says I'm the GPS unit
I have
that
eyes,
is
a
sitting
green
on the
sign.
side of him, and he has eyes. So it was quite interesting. We did drive through downtown Jacksonville this morning.
Hazard reported ahead.
And we're listening to Waze. But we drove through downtown Jacksonville this morning in all the traffic, and that was quite interesting, to say the least. So it presents its challenges as we go. So this is one of those moments that is truly PTSD and issues that, because it takes them out of their normal, and everything from packing a suitcase to getting out of their normal sense, and then of course it's going to take them 3 days to settle down where we're at, and then by then it's time to come home. So road trips are quite interesting. Yeah, exactly. Sarah says, and she thinks she can see better in the mirror than him. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You see better in the what?
In the mirror, like the side mirrors than you. And, so he drives with like this force. So like we're coming up on this vehicle, and in a minute he's going to go, move over. Because if people don't get out of his way, it's like, you
Well,
know.
no, it's universal. You flash your fucking high beams at them because they're doing 5 under the speed limit in the wrong damn lane. They should move over, and they don't. And if they're not gonna fucking move over, just move.
See, y'all get to go on a vacation with us, aren't you glad? So it's like the force be with you. It is quite interesting as we do this little ride.
And if they get too close, and you can't see their headlights, take a nickel and pop it out your side window real quick. Pop it up in the air. Bang. Windshield's done. Little water balloons full of canola oil. Drop that right out there. Windshield wiper ain't gonna fix that. You want a tailgate? I'll find an imaginary deer. We have car insurance for a reason.
Oh my God, please pray for me. Please pray for me. Do you see this? Pray for me. It is going to be quite interesting as we go further down this journey.
Yeah, we're in a 4-door tank right now, hon. The whole thing's fucking steel. There's not a piece of plastic on this thing except for the steering wheel and the dashboard. We will hit something and go through it.
Nice. See, Sunny's going with her honey to the VA hospital. Sarah says hold it on the top so that it hits the windshield. See, there
Exactly.
she goes.
Exactly.
Yeah. And so on top of this ride, okay, on top of this ride that we're going on, we are going to pick up my mother,
Yay.
who is 75, and she is adorable.
She's a Christian Betty White. She won't swear, but I tell you what, she keeps a little pewter dish at her house of the Wizard of Oz with the Tin Man and Dorothy. You flip it over, it's got the Tin Man's hand up Dorothy's butt. But that's her mom. But she won't drop an F-bomb. She won't, nope. Can't cut her off and talk. No. Doesn't swear, doesn't do anything. She's the dirtiest woman I know.
She's great.
She makes up the best innuendos.
Yeah. So we're going to pick up Linda, and then we're going to have lunch, and then we go back and pick up her friends that we've been friends with for 45 years, 46 years. So he's going to be with people he doesn't know, in a place he's not familiar. So God love us. It's going to be quite interesting on our journey. So the sweat beads rolling off of his head are not because
Like another damn cigarette.
Michelle, I don't know if you can see this. I
I'm
can
not
turn
paying
it.
attention. I don't want to hit
It
you.
is 68 degrees
Haha, Michelle.
already in the car outside. 68 degrees this hour of the morning on our way. I know, right? Oh, Linda, that's what I said. Oh, Linda. And by the way, Nakia popped on.
That's a cop.
Happy anniversary, Nakia. Nakia and Richard are having their anniversary, so happy anniversary, Nakia. We are so excited for you and Richard. Yeah, and she's proof, again, she's proof that we can make relationships work.
We need to get her a bidet for her anniversary.
Carl says he's sending you a bidet for your anniversary, Nakia. Any of you who missed walking in my shoes, that's on y'all. Best conversation when Nakia gets on and we get laughing, my side still hurts. Yeah, Carl would have offered to stay home with the fur babies too, but
Oh yeah. Not enough beer in the house.
he said there wasn't enough beer in the house. And by the way, we're taking this trip without beer, so
Yeah. That's gonna go over like a fucking park church.
pray for me a lot. So this is kind of what we do. We ride and have a conversation, and you want to talk about good communication. We have 4.5 hours in a vehicle with 4 doors. But I will say this, it has not been unknown for somebody to jump out of a moving vehicle. So be careful.
I've done that.
We are doing a little faster than when he jumped out of the moving
Yeah, you were only
vehicle.
doing about 30 last time.
Nakia says he's getting a bidet for sure. Okay, I will post the link to where we found the bidet of choice.
Yeah, the booty gun.
The bidet of choice. So if anybody would like to gift that to Richard and Nakia, it would be great.
I believe it was called a bum gun.
we did, just in case you're interested, it tells you how to use a bidet online. It's called a bum gun. A bum gun. And there were directions and pictures on a bum gun.
If you're a guy, just turn around and straddle the bowl. It works better.
Exactly. So
Gotta clean the boys.
we missed that. See, Sarah says we're killing her. I don't know why. You're the one who's got the toilet bowl brush stuck in the drain. But this is our life, and this is what we do. And you know, we talked about last night about normal and defining normal. And what was it? Nakia said the only thing she remembers from Psychology 101 was before you can define normal, you have to define abnormal. Stephanie, welcome. We can totally relate. You'd be amazed that we have so much fun. We do relate. We relate to the tough issues. We relate to all the good times. And we are truly a family here. So welcome very much. We appreciate you. I know Nakia. Yeah, my dad right before he had surgery, him and his buddy, they were let's just say well-educated people, stayed in a motel right before my dad's surgery, and there was a bidet in the room, and they straddled it to see how it worked the best. And so Nakia said her Richard can't do that.
But he'll like it.
Also, but he'll like it. So, you know, defining normal is tough for us, but this is a normal road trip. This is what it is like for us. We have Mr. Happy over here.
Captain Road Rage.
Captain Road Rage over here, and this is what we do. And so, you know, we talk about our normal stuff, and this is normal for us. But we are allowed to have a conversation with normal. And Sunny, I'm glad you had a great conversation. Wonderful.
Hazard reported ahead.
Oh, well, y'all can go on a road trip with us anytime. I have to do a virtual tour of the room for Michelle, so I'll virtual tour you when we get there later this afternoon. And Sunny, I'm glad you had the long overdue conversation, because we do. We need to have those conversations. Those conversations are important, and learning to talk is incredibly important. And for Carl and I, we don't communicate well because I say snippets of things. Like, I know what I'm thinking about, like we need to do this, and so I'll say this little snippet.
First part gets stuck in her head, but the rest of it comes out.
I don't give him all the directions, and I think we talked about that last night, that I don't give him all the mission. He gets part of the mission. And so the way that
Slippery Wind Way.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Oh, the road sign says Slippery Wind Way.
Hello, Bon Jovi.
So, sorry. When you communicate and you only do part of the conversation, and it's snippets, and it's both sides, we don't understand that communication. And it's tough for us because we're not mind readers. So one of the things we as the spouses have to remember is that everything is mission oriented and is complete and concise, and we don't tend to do that. We tend to
Baptist bus get pulled over.
We tend to let
That's
them.
a cop on March, and that Baptist bus just blew past me. I'm doing 80.
We tend to let them do that.
With a bus full of kids flying up in this cop's ass.
Okay, so evidently there's a police officer up here in an unmarked car, and Carl is excited because the Avon Park Lakes Baptist Church bus full of kids just came flying past us.
I'm doing 80 in the middle lane.
We're doing 80 in the middle lane, and he had to have been doing 90 or better. And there's a police up here, so he wants to watch them get pulled over.
You gotta have some fun.
This is what we do for excitement on our road trip. So just be careful about the snippets. The snippets are tough. We don't read their minds. They don't read ours. clear communication. And Stephanie, we do this a lot. I would say that now that we've learned to communicate, our biggest arguments come from not talking completely about what we're thinking and only being partial conversations. and that's probably where we do that. And she goes, so Sarah says, I get the part of the mission, and even when I have him repeated, he doesn't realize he hasn't given all the information. And that's true. And you know, Sarah's dealing with the TBI, so you know, you already have your PTSD issues, and then you add your TBI issues on top of this, and you have to remember their limitations. You have to remember those limitations when we do this. And so, you're right. Jennifer's saying that's what happened with them last night. When tempers are high, it's hard to stay grounded and think straight. Oh, for me it is, because if I get set off, I can't believe I'm going to say this in front of you, but if I get set off, y'all, I will find the dirtiest laundry ever to throw back up, okay? The dirty, like, we could be fighting over little stuff.
She doesn't fight fair.
I don't fight fair. I do not fight fair. I need to go back and watch that video. I know that Sarah posted it. I don't fight fair. So, like, the other night I was really tired and I got on the couch and I just told him I was done, and he says, well, how are you planning on heating up your dinner? And so when we would do this,
I wasn't asking you, I was asking you how you wanted it.
how I wanted him
Hazard
to heat
reported
it up.
ahead.
I heard, how are you going to heat up your dinner? I'm like, well, I'll take care of it in a minute. And that isn't what he meant at all. He was going to heat the dinner up for me. And so we're like in this argument, and then it's like everything under the sun comes out.
That's because she was hungry.
Yeah, I was. So, you know, your mental state gets in the way. And so I'm like digging up everything. I mean, I can unbury skeletons that were buried months ago. I can dig them up from somewhere. I just can do that. And it's ridiculous. And that causes a bigger fight. And not staying grounded. Look at you. She stopped throwing things and decided she wouldn't fold his laundry now. And she throws it in the drawer. Sarah.
Oh, nice. Well, your son threw out your ex-husband's clothes because he was leaving them all over the house.
Okay.
Yeah,
He did.
Threw them out.
He did. This is great. So, my ex-husband doesn't pick up anything, and my youngest son, who's in his 30s, lives with him. And they're like a roommate relationship. And Seth said he was tired of cleaning the house, so he told his daddy that if you leave things around the house, I'm going to throw them away. And he did. Like tennis shoes, plates, coffee cups. Seth just raked them in the trash bag and took them to the dump. Clothes, didn't matter. It went to the dump. I'm like dying laughing. Yeah, and I don't do well when I'm hangry. And I know, I've got to know when I'm getting hangry because I don't necessarily know that. But Carl will say to me, you want a Snickers? And so at that moment, I know Stacy has to have a Snickers because she's hangry. And when she's hangry, words don't come out well. So I fight unfair when I'm tired and unfair when I'm hangry.
She is the epitome of that commercial when people get hungry. That's why I said you want a Snickers. She's flat out, she will scream.
But you love me.
Oh, yeah, I love you.
But I can be a bitch.
I'm not saying nothing.
Honey, but you can be honest with these people.
Yeah, I know that. But a bitch is a woman who gets what she wants, when she wants it, and how she wants it. It's not a bad thing.
I do that.
Well, no, you're a brat. You still order Happy Meals in your 50s.
I'm a brat.
For the toy. There's a toy. I didn't even know she ordered a Happy Meal. I found the Monopoly game she got in a Happy Meal in the fucking truck. And do I see the evidence? No, she hid it all. So when she says she's a bitch, no, she's a brat with a capital B.
I do. I have an obsession with Happy Meals, and I love Happy Meals. And so...
And she justifies it, gets all cute. Oh, look, it's Stacy size.
Right. And so...
Every little tiny cookie we have in the house. No, they're mine. Why? They're Stacy size.
Police reported ahead.
Really?
Yes, because you're a brat.
I'm a brat. But I'll get the Happy Meal, and so like he knows when I get them because there's two keys when I've got them. The first one is I leave the toys in the truck, which is a big deal, like the little Happy Meal toys in the truck, and he finds the juice boxes everywhere
In the house.
I have them everywhere.
We don't have a junk drawer. We have a junk bowl.
I do have a junk.
And
I have a junk
we
bowl.
put like change in there. I mean, you go in there, you'll find, 280 rounds, 9mm hollow points, hollow point 22 magnums.
Your knife.
Yeah, my knives. You'll find
The
dog
dog
leashes, dog medicine,
The gnat spray.
gnat spray, juice boxes that they're buried.
Yeah. I do. I like the juice boxes out of the Happy Meal.
But
So,
she never fucking drinks them.
I do have one in my purse now.
You got 2 in the truck.
Well, you never know when you're going to be thirsty. A girl's got to be prepared, right? So keeping that is important. It's hot as crap in here.
No. But when we first got together, Stacy used to keep a box of shit behind the seat here. And the only thing in it was Happy Meal toys. And the fucking thing was full. All it was, Happy Meal toys. Straight up. 20 or 30 of them.
Because I used them on the ambulance. I gave them to the kids. And he didn't mind when the Marvel series Happy Meal toys came out because he had all of them.
No, I didn't have all of them. I only had 2. And what did I do? I gave them away to a little kid, that was
To
across the
Shauna's
way.
kid.
Yeah, Shauna's. I gave them to Shauna's son.
Yeah, he did.
Because, they're Marvel. He likes Marvel. I don't need to collect them. And it made the kid happy for a day.
I used it as an excuse, though.
Well, it's better than him chasing chickens.
It's hot in here. Is it blowing hot air or is it me? No, you have to have it on recycle. It does better.
Really?
Yeah.
All of a sudden it got cold.
Just push the button.
We have been pushing buttons with each other, not buttons on the dashboard.
See? Oh, yeah. Yes, the toys now, they're working on gender neutral. I mean, can you imagine that? Really? Gender neutral Happy Meal toys. I used to like it when they go through, is it a boy or a girl? And the thing that was great about it is that when Seth, my youngest son, was being a brat, I badly spoiled. What time? See, these people are like on our weird vacation with us. They're going to be like, I'm not doing this anymore because y'all people are strange. So we're like currently, probably 55 miles north of Daytona Beach, Florida. Y'all can see where we've been, not where we're going. And then we're going to go to Orlando to the airport and pick up my mother and her friends and go to Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Oh, yay. We're going to have fun with the Rollator Club.
So I'm telling you now, if you see on the news that somebody has been thrown off the balcony at the Animal Kingdom, that's either Carl's been thrown off or I've been thrown off. But if you see that some deranged man has jumped off the balcony and choked out the giraffe,
That'll be me.
that will be Carl. Just saying. Family trip, no beer, he gonna choke out the giraffe.
It'll be one cranky.
No, the bus did not get pulled over, Pam. They did good. The wheels on the bus kept going round and round. All right, y'all. So I know this was strange and a little interesting, but we wanted to show you a real conversation that we really have because we talk like this all the time to each other. Lots of I love yous. We do say that a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
And I do love him more than anything in the world, and he knows it.
I love you more, Mom.
Wait, did you say that again?
I said I love you more.
He does. He didn't say he loves me more than what. He just said he loves me more.
You told our neighbor's son that you loved the dogs more than you loved me, so I don't want to hear it.
I did tell the neighbor's son that I love. He better
You
take
threatened to
care
shoot him with a bow.
of my fur babies because I think I love the dogs more than I love Carl. We're not going in the Disney parks. We're going just to the Animal Kingdom Lodge and hanging out. And we are going to downtown Disney because Stacy has to have Ghirardelli's ice cream.
Told you, she's a brat.
I'm a brat. There's just a few things in the world that I have to have when I go to Disney. And Ghirardelli's ice cream is one of them.
Yes, but anytime we travel anywhere, there's always, it's a fucking routine. I have to have this, I have to have this, I have to have this, I have to have this. And if it doesn't happen,
What happens?
you're going to get spanked. You're a brat.
a brat. So, it is what it is. But yeah, I mean, don't y'all do that when you're going somewhere? You know where the good restaurants are, or you know where the good bathrooms are.
You were